What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to another week of your show. I am still your busty host. I'm pretty sure I put on an extra 5 or so pounds. My shorts are way too tight, and I'm feeling a lot of that Christmas shame right now that comes with adding weight during the Christmas time. But I all of a sudden feel better when I get into this chair and we start this show like we do every weekday, 4 to 5 p.m., the only place in Saskatoon, dare I say Saskatchewan, that goes live Monday to Friday on YouTube, and we're so damn proud to be able to share this time with you each and every weekday. We also fancy ourselves a little bit funny when it comes to making up categories and saying we are number one in that category. For instance, we are the number one show on YouTube that scrambled right before the show to put up some Christmas decorations. We're number one. We're number one. We're number one. Look at that. Beautiful. We also have a very, very special Margaret cam for you today. Let's see what Maggie is up to on the Maggie cam. Oh, she's trying to run away, but we have a dog handler in there as well. Maggie, sit down. Sit down, old girl. Come on now. Come on. No, don't you go. All right, now it's the Brooksie cam. The Maggie Brooksie butt cam for our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk in those doors, watch your head there, Brooksie. Mike and Rochelle and our beautiful boyfriend. I say ours because Maggie is dating Leroy, who is the greeting dog there at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They give you the most incredible, fantastic service you will ever experience in a pet store. You can go there after hours too and say hi to Kirsten, Shar, or Chris. On the weekends, they are there. The cleaning station, best in the biz. They got all the presents you need. Come the big day on Christmas when your animal needs to be spoiled, they got you covered over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Thank you very much to our Maggie Cam show-off lady today. Bless you, Marge. As you can see, our first guest is slowly making her way back to her spot. Thank you for getting all that together, by the way. There she is. That's not weird at all. We're just going to keep going. Okay. And we're going to keep acting.
I'm back.
From the Past Our Bedtime podcast, it's Brooksie! I love, we got LB on the ones and twos today. I love the curtain opening. Is that what that one's called? What, that swipe? Curtain open? Yeah.
Open
See?
that
Sure,
curtain.
says, why not?
We love it.
Oh, that's so fun. Look, see, doesn't it just feel different now?
Yeah, it's very Christmassy.
We got our lovely, beautiful, oh, your reindeer fell again. Poor guy.
Well, we can't see him.
That's
on
okay.
here,
Yeah, he's
so.
upset. Our lovely Christmas card that we got from our friends over at Elmwood. I want to say a very big thank you and basically just thank everybody who was at the Cosmo Christmas party on Saturday night. My main man Big C and his partner Leslie picked me up and drove us over to Louie's, and we had a lovely, lovely little shindig as we celebrated all the incredible angels that work over at Cosmo Industries, and we had a mentalist there. Corey, I forget his full name, but the dude is a hypnotist, and he had people hypnotized. He was like Biggie Smalls out there, like Biggie, Daddy C. Everyone was hypnotized. It was crazy.
I've always wanted to be hypnotized.
No, it's so scary.
One time I went up to try, but I just couldn't get in the mindset. I was too scared, like you say. I was so nervous, and they're like, it's not going to work if you don't let it.
That's the thing. So to Charlene and Deb and everyone else with Cosmo, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your festivities. And they had door prizes, and people won an air fryer, and Big C won a battery charger for his vehicle.
I need an air fryer so bad. Brad. I was going to say so bad because Brad started ours on fire twice. So
How did he do that?
He would plug it into our oven. There's like a plug-in on our oven.
Okay.
And every time he took it out and put it on the oven, he would accidentally hit the switch as he was doing it. So he turned on the stove, basically, and the stove was on underneath the air fryer, and it burnt it and started on fire. And then he didn't learn the first time he did it, and he did it again, and it started on fire again. So, yeah, because it was still usable after the first
I was curious as
time.
to why it happened twice.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You
It's
know.
a good move. You touched a little bit earlier. I wanted to get into the hypnotism part of this
Hypnotism.
this conversation because I hadn't been to a hypnotist show in a long time, and I know enough about myself that I would never want to be hypnotized because I'd be the crazy person
I
who
would love
like
that.
allows someone inside my crazy brain, and I end up like I don't know what would happen. You know, like it's a dark place there sometimes, and to have someone else in control, that was sort of the scary part. Is like this
Yes.
guy, like he taps
Can do
this person,
anything.
and they're whatever you want. You had people thinking they were Taylor Swift. You had people
Yeah.
thinking they were.
And
you know,
they're just
Justin
doing the
Timberlake.
craziest things too. Last time I saw a hypnotist was when we were at Halloween Howler.
Oh boy.
And it was so funny. They had everyone on the stage hypnotized, and the guy was like, "Oh no, the cops are coming! Get rid of everything you have!" And some guy started whipping out joints out of his pocket, like real joints, and was like
stage, yeah.
throwing them all over the stage.
That would have been me. I don't want that when you're
It was
hosting an
so
event.
funny. And yeah, that was before weed was legal too. So
Yeah,
it was
it's
like-
extra trouble. Well, he, Corey, the mentalist there, or I'm not sure what the proper term is, but he
Hypnotist, I
used
think.
me as sort of a prop. So he said, "See the MC over there? He, whatever, he thinks your name is stupid or something." So they're all like flipping me off and like give me the finger and telling me.
Aw.
But instead of saying F, instead of using the angry word, whatever you're going to use,
Yeah.
use the word love. So we go down each person and they each look me dead because I was sitting right at the front. They go, "Love off," you know, or like, "Oh, love you, bro," you know. And it was very humorous, but at the same time, it's like, oh man. And then he had them thinking that I was the most beautiful woman in the world. So I had all these dudes come up to me and like straddling me and like trying to like dirty dance. Yeah, it was crazy.
Is there videos of this?
No way. You can't have videos at a Christmas party. You kidding me? That's where
Yeah.
you grow together. You don't push
Oh
each
my
other apart
God.
with craziness.
I need to see that. I need to post that on social.
Yeah, it was wild. So all the love to them again. But I would never, ever want to be hypnotized.
We had the same guy at our high school grad party 'cause I got a lap dance for someone.
Yeah, right. Like it's very. It was
LB
very
getting a
funny.
lap
LB's getting
dance
lap dances
in
at his
high
high school Christmas or what do you say? Graduation. party?
Graduation.
Yeah.
I actually had a hypnotist at my graduation party too. That's when I tried, and then it didn't work for me.
Yeah,
So.
I just and he's very smart too in that because well obviously you have to be very smart to be able to
Control like
control
several
the
minds.
situation, yeah, and to do all that. But he did a walk around before the program. So as he's walking around, he had a dice with him, and he would get people to roll the dice and look at it, and he would just tell by talking to you what the number was in the dice. And he said, "Have you ever seen the TV show Bull?" And I was like, "I actually have. My old partner used to love watching Bull, so I've seen a bunch of it." And he uses basically the same principles of, as he's talking to you, he's gauging your reactions, and he knows what to look for, what leads to this, and he does like subliminal stuff while he's doing it. So it's very cool stuff. But it's also, I told him at the end, I was like, "Dude, this is so fun, but it's also so scary and crazy." He's like, "Yeah, I
Yes.
know. It's an interesting way to do it for sure, but very neat to sort of be around stuff like that." It also reminds me of witches and the occult, and it's like, oh man, this is way too.
I love witchy
Spooky.
stuff.
Yeah,
You
I knew
know.
you'd like that sort of thing.
Sometimes I feel like I have a hex on me.
Interesting.
Because there is this person that I believe can hex people who I don't really think likes me very much. So it's
you saying
it's not
hardcore
Cora,
got some
but I
hex in
need to
there?
ask Cora how to unhex myself, or if
How did you
anyone
get
could tell me.
hexed? What happened?
Well, I don't know if it happens. You do it in the privacy of your own home. You hex someone.
No, I mean, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. What did you do to get hexed, bro?
Nothing. I just dated someone. Someone else is dating now.
There it is. You dated someone who dated a witch.
Yeah, exactly. Who's dating
Interesting.
a
Dating,
witch.
currently dating. So
Yeah.
let's not use any names, and let's make sure, hey, we love and appreciate everybody here, especially when there's threats of being cursed.
Hexiness, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I do. Besides the fact that I might be hexed, I do like witchy stuff. It's cool.
I think we learned that at Halloween. You guys are all about the witch parties.
Yeah, we had that full moon party.
Yeah, what's
did all
up, my
the witch stuff.
witches? Yeah.
Yeah.
Talked about the South Park episode.
Basic witches over here.
Very, very funny. So I just wanted to go over that again. One more time, thank you to everybody with Cosmo, all amazing human beings. And I look very forward to the next big Spirit of Cosmo breakfast as the planning's already started for next year, which is very fun as we continue to support these organizations that we love so much. Lots of great people. As Brooksie gives
Sorry,
a little cough.
I'm good.
That's okay.
I was either gonna sneeze or cough. I still don't know which one.
Interesting. You want to update us on what's going on with you, why you're so crazy, why your body's going off the deep end right now?
Are you talking about my IVF stuff?
Oh, I wasn't talking about anything else at all.
Anyway, still going through IVF.
Yeah.
I think we'll have.
Well, you're talking about your symptoms. This is what I mean. You talk about how
yeah.
you're burping a lot and you're doing all these
Yeah,
things.
last week when I saw Gary, what was it? I said I couldn't stop burping. Oh, and I was sleeping everywhere. I was so
Fell
tired.
asleep at the dentist.
I fell asleep at the dentist. Woke up like
good
a
move.
little jolt, you know. Yeah, I could have slept anywhere. Right now I'm doing actually a little better, probably because I actually started taking my meds right. So I feel like better.
This
Still
is
a
good.
little tired, but
But it's very interesting to be around someone going through such an incredible, like literally, if you break it all down, it's an incredible accomplishment that human beings can do this stuff that you're doing right now. You know what I mean? It's like
think
one of those
about
things
that
like,
all the time.
wow,
It's like
how does this happen?
How do they even like get that much hormones to like dispense to people and
To
like
be able
give
to do
them
that. Yeah,
hormones that their body actually like thinks is hormones? Like,
science, man.
and is it real hormones or is it like manipulated hormones?
Synthetic
or-
hormones.
I don't know. The whole thing is wild. But yeah, I feel like every day I become more of a scientist and I learn and
You literally are.
yeah.
You got a lot of stuff going in and out of your body at all times, and
Yeah.
it's a pretty interesting journey. So
Yeah, but I'm doing good, you know.
is good.
And me and Cora are getting back into past their bedtime.
yes, this is what I was going to get to next.
Yes. So
Christmas edition. We're going to get a Christmas show out of you too.
yes, we are doing a little gift exchange. We decided to get each other mugs, so we're gonna see what each other's mug is.
Who's gonna pick the better mug?
Like for the other person.
Who wins? Who is the better gift giver? I feel like is what we're gonna take.
I could
here.
tell you right now it's probably Cora, but when I saw mine, I was like, hopefully she's not watching.
She always watches.
Close your eyes.
She always
Close your
watches.
ears.
She'll know.
No, anyway, it gives her house vibes, and has a little touch of something she really likes to do. So that's all I'm gonna say. But I saw it and I was like, this is her. I bought it. So I don't know what she got me. Hers is probably gonna
very
be
good at
funny or
gifts,
something.
hey? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
Either
yeah.
way, though, it'd be fun to shame you for being a bad gift giver at some point if we could somehow find
No,
a way to judge this.
I'm actually such a good gift giver.
Oh,
Just not
okay.
as good as Cora. Cora just does everything like a little bit better than everyone else. So
I think that's what you want in a co-host, though.
yeah.
That's what makes your show go.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
be on
awesome.
the lookout for Past Our Bedtime as
Christmas edition.
Christmas edition will be coming out soon as we move forward.
Yeah.
I'm also going to use this time.
I'm totally gonna wear this sweater too, my Rudolph one.
I love that sweater.
Me
Did I ever tell you
too.
that?
So many people are like, I want that sweater, but I got it so long ago, I couldn't
It's
even
a
tell you.
classic.
I'm covered in Maggie hair from that Maggie cam.
That was good, though. Worth it.
She was
That's probably one
fighting
of
me.
The more fun Maggie cams we've done. As we continue to grow around here, and as not just our show roster, but the people joining this family goes up in umbrellas, and we spread out the good word of making the world a better place. If you want to be a part of that, it's real easy. You can head to our website. Well, Andy made it. It's very, very nice. Head over to dufferinav.com.
Oh my god, you did that with your phone.
Have you not seen these before? Do you
I've
not
never
understand
seen you
how we
do it with
this?
your phone.
I'm trying so hard not to sing jingles right now.
Jingle
That is our
bells,
website. You can head there.
jingle
It's very
bells.
easy to maneuver through. I made sure I told Royal Andy I don't want it to look like a normal website. I want it to just be here, here, here. Look at this. And he did just that. So it's made for people like you and I who don't understand the internet or how it works.
Dufferinav.com.
We also have an email. Contact at dufferinav.com.
No, you gotta do it Christmassy. It's Christmas edition.
Contact at dufferinav.com. Email us, bro. Any other brain busters?
No, that was good. I approve that message.
Perfect. As we continue to promote and support, it is getting to the not busy season business-wise for most people, with Christmas right around the corner. So it's a great time for us to continue to connect with people as we have friends coming home, and we have my man the Pakster's coming in here. I believe he said the 22nd, and he has a couple projects he wants to work on while he's here. So we're currently looking at booking a day out at our second location out at the Quonset. And I think there's a lot of really cool, exciting things coming with that
That's exciting.
as the growth continues. The whole point here, the reason we talk about this is what's the date today? Monday,
The
the
16th.
16th of December.
I don't know actually. Oh, I was right. I'm
Nailed
never
it.
right about
You
that.
Nailed it. So Monday, the 16th of December. Basically, next week will be when everyone is off. We're going to take the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. But we will still be operating, as I've had some requests from people to come in during that time. And it's just a statement to how easily accessible we are to the people who need this place to, again, make good things happen, make the world a better place. So if that's you, let us know, and we can get you in there while we are officially not really operating. We will be operating because we're always open for our friends and family. That's what we do here.
Maybe somebody wants to come in and write their own Christmas song. You can do that here at Dufferin Ave.
We may or may not be doing that as we speak. Just saying.
Speaking of Christmas, what are you doing? Is this your first? Did you have Christmas in your house last year?
We had Christmas here. I had recently just moved into this incredible, amazing ski chalet / garage combo that we have. And I didn't do a thing. I didn't even have a tree. I didn't have a single bit of tinsel around these parts.
Like, did you go to family members?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I went and had family Christmas Eve and family Christmas Day and all that good stuff.
It's the same thing every year for you, or what?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be another year of spreading Christmas cheer with the family. My sister and her family are coming home, I believe, this weekend. So we'll be hanging out with them. And then all my nephews and nieces and the family and all that. We will be spreading the Christmas love.
And then when you have Christmas supper, is it like legit like turkey and stuff, or do you have like a Ukrainian Christmas? You got pierogies or is it a bunch of everything?
That's it.
You had everything?
That's the one. We get it all. We get the
Even
ham,
like
we get the turkey, we get the mashed potatoes,
rolls?
we get the pierogies, the cabbage rolls.
Cabbage rolls.
We get all. We even get, and I was talking earlier, the wheat, the Christmas wheat, which brings you good fortune over the next year. My mom said it perfectly. It's just a bunch of fruit, basically. It's like raisins and all the fruits you don't want, and it's in like a sweet syrup, but it's so gross. It's like wheat kernels. And if the whole thing with our family was, when you get your Christmas wheat, you at least need a spoonful, or else you'll have bad luck.
I thought you were about to break out in song.
First thing, no, nothing to sing about when it comes to Christmas wheat. It is just, that was the biggest.
But you have to have it.
I say that was the biggest hurdle of Christmas every year, was getting the wheat in me. Like you have it on the spoon, it's there, and you just, once it hits your mouth, it's so gross, and you just smile and try to get it down. Meanwhile, Granny's in there Garfielding it up like it's Monday, just going to town. Like, how do you like this stuff?
Do you have do you have nuts? Do you have the crackers?
Nutcrackers? No nuts here?
No, not the nutcrackers. The crackers at the dinner table.
Oh,
when
those
you open
party
it and
crackers.
they have hats.
We've had those before, yeah, and the fun little hats. And
that's like a family tradition in my house.
Those are fun.
We have to wear the crown during the whole supper. The crown that comes inside of it.
Yeah, very flimsy.
Yeah, and we have
flimsy
them,
crowns.
Yeah, we have them every single Christmas.
Are we getting into Christmas traditions right now? Are we being topical?
I started it.
Look at us go. What are some of your other Christmas traditions, Brooksie?
We do Elf on the Shelf, which we talked about last time.
Yeah, that dude goes places.
We had our first incidents where we forgot about Elf on Monday.
What's the process behind all that? What happens then?
Well, Emma was like, "Why didn't the elf move?" And Brad was like, "Must have been lazy," and then walked away. So that's
again
all
the reason why he is the world's greatest husband. Right there, doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
On it. That a boy breed.
And then this morning I was like, because I don't know where they are. I'm like looking everywhere. I couldn't find it. I'm both asleep, so I turn off the lights. And when I turn off the lights, I noticed they were like on top of the chandelier, like staring. And I was like, oh my God, how did you even get them up there? So
that's the start of the horror movie we were talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like. And then when you turn on the lights, I turned the lights on to see them again. Mm-hmm. And the light is like shining on the bottom of their face up. So it's like really scary.
Horror movie.
So that's
there we go. Thank you, Mother. I love my mom so much. The best one in the world.
What'd she say?
Plummelmoose and Malesnica. Plummelmoose and Malesnica.
Is that your...
I think that's
the
wheat.
Eating?
I think that's the wheat. Like, that's what I mean. Those are the ingredients in the wheat.
I don't even know what those are.
It's Ukrainian. Very Ukrainian.
That's awesome. Well,
so
that's really good.
One of the things I just despised.
Well, typically, because my parents are divorced, like I've had so many Christmas throughout my life, so I have
they
different...
get lost. You have all these different...
Yeah, I have so many different things in each one. Like one of them, like on my mom's side, she always makes sure we open a stocking, which became very confusing.
I was always jealous with people that got to do the present on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Is that sort of the same idea?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. So if it's not Christmas Eve, she would do it Christmas. But then when Brian and the kids were in my life, she did it for the kids. And like Santa is supposed to leave his gifts in the stocking because you're hanging up on the fireplace. Yeah. But the kids, like Brad's kids, have only ever gotten a board game from Santa every single year. And the stocking comes from like the parents. So when so when they went to my mom's house for the first time, there was all of these stockings saying like from Santa, and Emma was like, "Why does your mom lie and say Santa does that?" Because she still really, really very much believes in Santa, and I was like,
Well, Santa is very real, first and foremost.
yeah.
Everyone here knows how real Santa is. There's a
Very
reason we
much.
celebrate Christmas.
Very much, but she knew that the real Santa didn't do that. That it was my mom. You know what I mean? She's like,
Yeah.
Santa did not
I gotcha.
do this. She called him out, but
Oh, see, I was wrong. She says, I didn't spell it right. A bunch of dried fruit boiled together, and the malisnica was the crepes. The crepes.
like pancake crepes.
Pancake crepes.
I love crepes.
Crepes are fun.
So, but you don't like it. Wait, there's
Not
crepes
the
in
wheat.
it?
No, I think you put the that's a separate thing. You
Oh,
put your wheat on the malisnica and that on the crepe and eat it like that, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I stayed away from all this stuff. It was the worst. Christmas Eve, I didn't eat for like my whole life because it was just a fish fry because there was no meat. So it had to be the fried fish. Grandpa's famous
Yeah.
fried fish. And then midnight lunch is when I would eat my first thing. I would have a couple of pierogies during
Yeah.
supper while everyone else eating fish and everything else. And then midnight lunch would come out, and that's when I was talking about tricking Grandma, saying, oh, because everyone would go to church on Christmas Eve, and I would say, I'll stay back and help Grandma get sandwiches ready for everyone gets back, and then I just go downstairs and play Nintendo.
you did not do that.
I didn't help Granny in any
Naughty
way.
list,
It
you.
was a naughty move, and I feel
Give you
great
some
shame.
coal.
Great shame for that one. But I'll tell you, once that sandwich platter came out, that's all I ate. I had like 5 sandwiches. Leave the table with 2 in each pocket. Go back downstairs to video games and eat my sandwiches.
That's fun.
Yeah, with lots of good tradition there.
Yeah, I don't know. I did that. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this. I kind of do, but
Okay.
the fish thing, like on not eating meat, the first time I've done that was like this year or last year for I don't know what it was for, because I'm not Christian, but like Brad's parents are.
Well, Ukrainian, it's a Ukrainian thing, I'm pretty sure. My mom
For
will correct me
Christmas
if
Eve.
I'm wrong. Yeah, Christmas Eve, anything before
Okay.
Christmas, no meat.
So there was, I don't know if it was like Easter, you're not allowed to have meat when you're Christian or something. There's something like that.
There's all sorts of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't eat meat, but then they brought out fish and I was like, well, fish like is meat, you know? So I was kind of confused about it. Is it your mom calling you, telling
No,
you?
it's a messenger video.
Oh.
I've never
I-
had a messenger video. I don't even know what that is. Continue.
Anyway, that's my first time and I was very confused on why people eat meat
When you were trying
when
to
you're not
figure
supposed
out
to eat meat.
why isn't fish meat, is that what you're sort
Yeah.
of getting at?
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's a thing about being not a vegetarian, like a ceetarian or
It's
something
a
like that.
pescatarian.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, so like
I thought, that's
It's a-
precipitarian.
it's a pescatarian because
Pescatarian.
I'm on and off pescatarian. So
So you like stuff from the
sometimes
ocean.
I'll eat meat, yeah, fish meat.
No.
But it's still, I think it's still meat.
Well,
I
I
don't
guess that now we're getting into the whole road of, poultry and beef and all that stuff. All the different things like roasted hens, Cornish hens.
Hens.
Yeah, lots of different ways to take in that meat that you may or may not be eating.
Yeah.
As
I'm
we
not
are
taking it in.
Hanging out with our good buddy Brooksie from the Past Our Bedtime podcast. She's got a couple more minutes before she has to roll out. Margaret, you're going to get sneezies, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Do you do Christmas presents?
Christmas presents.
Like, do you do a big gift exchange with your family?
We used to draw names, but now it's gotten so out of hand because there's so many nieces and nephews and everything else.
Oh.
It's sort of a free-for-all. And I've always been horrible at it.
So is it like you put all the presents in the middle and pick one?
I think people just get presents if you're in a position to buy presents.
Oh, that is something. That is something.
It's a good way because some people may be doing better than others.
Yeah.
So to ask for everyone to do the same thing when some maybe can't afford to do so as
Yeah.
much.
Well,
Our family's very good at that, and we all know and love each other, and we all know, like everyone knows I don't need presents. Like this place is my present, so everyone knows not to get me anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is my whole life. This is my life's work. I'm chasing this dream, and that's it. So this is my present. So everyone knows not to get me anything, and they also know I have no money. So those are the two things as being. That's what comes with starting a business and chasing your dreams. Yeah, and everyone's aware of that. So my point being, if you're in a situation where people are aware, then all the other stuff sort of goes out the window because we're all supporting each other.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I think that's why like me and my family like had always done like the gift exchange where you only get one person and then you're only buying for one person and everybody kind of like switches gifts around. But this year we're changing it.
Here we go.
And
This is it.
this year I have 3 kids. So every kid needs a present if they want a present. So now instead of spending like $50 just for me, which I used to do when I was single and spend $50 on one person, now I'm spending $50 for Brad, Emma, Noah, Kala. So it's like $250 now because you have all those kids, right?
Yep.
But this year they decided to drop it down to 30.
Negotiations. I like this.
Yeah, but the thing I don't like is they want to do like a white elephant when you put all the presents in the middle and like pick a present. And then you can steal.
That never ends well.
And I'm like, all of my family is so inappropriate. And I can't imagine to my 10-year-old stepdaughter what she's going to end up with at the end of this. It's going to be so scary.
I see what you're saying. Well, there should be a kids section and an adult section.
But then it's just me buying for my own kids.
That's true.
So anyway, that's what we did.
We
did that the very first year they brought this out. We did that for the kids. And then the second year I was like, no, we have to go back to the old way because I hated having to just buy for the kids separately. And then this year they brought it back. So then I'm like, okay, kids, you're going to go pick out your own present.
Oh.
And then once you see it, you can steal it, or you know which one it is, you can take it. So that way you can like potentially get what you want instead of getting alcohol or whatever kind of present's going to end up in that gift exchange. But then my auntie messages in the group after we already buy all the presents, and she's like, look at this dice I found. We should use it. And it's a dice that you roll that's like, pass your present to the right or steal someone's present.
No, it's like rules to the madness.
And it's like all of these crazy rules. So I'm like, kids, you're going to end up with alcohol. I don't know what else to tell you.
No matter what happens, these kids are getting liquor.
Yeah, and me and Brad don't drink. So it's going to be interesting. We spent like over $100 and we're all probably going to end up with alcohol.
I'm very intrigued to see how this plays out.
Yeah, me too,
Let's
actually.
Get a full report after
I'll let you know.
Happens. Yeah.
But that's this year's what we're doing this year, and I'm
Dang.
kind of sad though. I like thoughtfully thinking of somebody's gift and getting it for them, not just randomly getting it. Will everybody like this gift? I don't know.
That's a fun way of doing it.
Yeah. Oh,
there
we go.
There he is. Little dropsy.
Engineer on the scene.
That's my guy. He always knows what's going on. Anything else we want to get out there before we send you on your merry way?
No, I'm just going to go home. I'm going to eat supper, watch some soccer at the soccer center, and then I'm going to go home and wrap the rest of my presents.
Soccer.
Soccer, yep. The best sport ever to watch.
Is that your Happy Feet talking?
No.
Brooksie used to coach Happy Feet, which is soccer for little kids.
2 to 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You're
cute.
really good. You had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, and some reason
kids
listen to me. What?
Are you saying this isn't the same?
No. Actually, now Kyle's older. She, like, the soccer is actually really entertaining now. But, like, 4 or 5 years ago, it was like,
That's one of the biggest complaints I hear from most parents is it is so boring.
Yeah.
Until they get to a point where they're actually doing something.
Yeah, it's getting insane now. They're, like, elbowing each other and...
Now we're talking.
It's crazy.
Now we're playing sports.
Yeah, now I'm cheering,
that's how
bringing a sign.
I really like that.
Yeah, we have this loud cup that is a coffee cup, but when you blow on it, it makes a loud horn noise. Nobody ever knows where it's coming from. It's so good.
So sneaky. So you're out there pissing everyone off, and they don't even know who's doing it.
No, yeah, and everyone's like, always the little kids. What is that?
You need to confiscate that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Anyway, it's fun.
This is good. Okay. Well, hey. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for getting us a little bit decorated. We can finish it up the next time you are in the house.
It's beautiful.
And keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you and love you very much. From the past, our bedtime podcast, also from Wendy Brooks Media, our social media guru. Hit her up if you have any social media needs, as she is very good at making them happen. Why are you laughing?
I'm just nothing. I just have all this stuff in my tripod.
Yeah,
Don't check out social media.
She was social media before we got on.
Yeah, we made a time lapse.
A great time lapse of Just Network Ryan.
It's just sitting there.
It's going to be great. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it makes him look like he does nothing around here, but really that's not the case.
Very not the case at all.
Okay.
Thank you so
much. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Woo. How come you never hit the TV? You're good at that. Hey, that's it. Nimble. Sometimes there's got to be a little nimble as we are halfway through the Monday edition of your show. Still can't believe the only show around these parts going 4 to 5 p.m. live Monday to Friday. Very unique, very cool to corner that market. As I'm not sure why no one else would do it. It's been very, very kind to us as we continue to grow and make our way through life with a smile on our face. Are you going to be ready to come on over here, or what are you doing? You're doing a lot of clicking over there.
Am I coming over?
I'd love for you to join us, but if you're in the middle of something, I can talk a little bit.
No, I'll come.
Okay. Your crowd wants you up here. I know that much. That was good. Don't forget your cup there, Brooksie.
Yeah, I have two.
And by the way, thanks for letting me beat you in Super Smash Bros. Today. It's awesome. Big win for Ness over there on Super Smash Brothers for the original N64. Network Ryan is going to join us very shortly. He's just putting the finishing touches on some things here.
Oh, I was waiting for you to introduce me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the Commander Cookout podcast. You know him as the man who runs this whole operation. He is Network Ryan.
Pew, pew.
Oh, and we're getting the fans here.
I'm getting booed.
LB's getting really confident with his transitions.
Holy
that was a
smokes.
great one.
That's
Well
it.
done, LB. Dude, haven't had you on in a while. How you doing?
Yeah, God, not as good as I was like 3 minutes ago when I wasn't on.
Oh, this is why we bring him on. He brings the cheer.
That's it,
we
especially
were-
this time of year.
I bet you get compared to the Grinch a lot.
No, I don't.
Good for you.
Just
I take
here.
that back.
Just here. Just here.
Are you telling me you're like this super bubbly, happy, energetic fella outside of these walls that we just never get to see?
No. I'll do the Uncle Brando. I hate it. That's him. That's my impression, Uncle Brando. Everything
Perfect.
I known about hating anything ever, I've learned from that man.
That's a great reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I wanted to bring you on here to get everyone caught up with how things are going around these parts. Because you and I have done a bunch of sitting down and going over things.
Yes.
And we're working on ways to grow and ways to make it easier for people to join us as we grow. And we even have some I've been showing a couple people the pictures of this second set that we got going on, and they are saying, what? How is that in the same place?
A just question, my liege. A little quid pro quo addendum, if you will. A rider on your speech. You've been doing lots of sitting. I've been doing lots of working.
All the working. It's very fun. We're at the point now when we operate, I just say, just yell at me if you need something because I only get in the way.
Oh, I yell.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because as much as everyone wants to help, it's a lot of the times just a one-person little thing.
Yeah,
where you just have power through it.
The damn studio looks big and spacious and airy. Really, it is not. And you know what I've learned working in the media kind of field over the last, well, I guess a decade, is if you're not the TSNs, and I've told you this before, but for people listening and watching,
bet.
is if you're not the TSNs, if you're not CTV, if you're not Global, NBC, CBC, you're in a basement or a garage, especially all of the experience I've had with YouTube studios.
Yeah.
And especially when we go to like a gaming convention,
Oh, yeah.
traveling, the mobile studios, they're all modular or they're set up with like just temporary stuff. And I'm not even kidding you. I've seen cameras like taped to ceiling lights in hotel rooms and stuff.
Yeah, man.
It sounds like it's like the adult film industry. That's what it sounds like when I explain it like that. But playing games online or live streaming stuff from hotel rooms, like I've seen
Yeah.
people pile up like
for sure.
pillows or put a mattress on a wall for sound deadening, and then they shoot the person with the camera like straight on this way with the background like the hotel
Yeah, right there.
wall background, but there's mattresses on either side of them for sound. Like, oh man, lots of shackled together things and string and tape, lots of tape.
You did say that's the most important thing to have.
I think I talk about tape
More than anything.
every time I'm on your show.
Always have tape.
But yeah, that's the
Always.
thing. The second studio though, we've been touting it and teasing it for months now.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I broke my leg, and then I went on a
did.
vacation,
Did that
and then
too.
we were trying to find.
See?
Come on, Brooksie, get out of here.
Don't slow him down. He's on a roll.
And then we were trying to find chairs and furniture. Like everything in Canada right now is so expensive, so it just took longer than we would have liked it to. But now it looks really good. Brooksy said it looked really good.
Yeah, and I've showed it to numerous people, and they cannot believe that is in here with this. And that's such a
Yeah.
incredible compliment. And not only that, when we talk about growing and giving people other options to do things with us, this opens up the whole new world of serious podcasting and stuff that you can talk about without stuff behind you like this. Because if you want to come in here and talk about heavy stuff, then you look behind you and you got your Paperboy set going on. I was like, well, how serious can you be taken? Well, guess what? Now we have that covered as well.
Never mind the Christmas lights and the wrestling movies. And, yeah.
It's a little, what's it called? A little bit of personality, a little flair
Flair is good.
showing off what I'm all about.
Flair is good, but
that's the beauty of this set too. Is we
Yeah.
strip this down for all the different shows. Whatever you want, we do it for you, and
Yeah.
I think that's a very valuable thing. You also touched on the other podcast studios out there and the other contributors to content throughout the world. When we first started this place, and I just want to talk about this, so I had a really good conversation this morning with my buddy Brad over at Bugsy's and Smitty's, talking about how this place, when we started, I never wanted it to be the quality that all of those other people do with the mattresses and cameras on lights and all that stuff, because I knew
I
from
thought
the
you were
start-
talking about the TSNs and the CTVs.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
I would actually like that. I would like to have better stuff.
I'm talking about how we went about building this place, because I wanted to come in knowing that the quality of the shows are going to be great, because it's all of my friends who I know are really great at creating quality content. So I wanted to make sure the visual quality and the audio quality was at the same spot as the actual content itself. So instead of just throwing up a camera and put up a wall and throw up a curtain, we got these really top of the line cameras and the lights and these microphones. So we're already at the quality level of Joe Rogan's and the Theo Vaughns and all these big names that everyone knows. We have like the same stuff, like our Shure recording booth with the Shure microphone. That's what Joe Rogan uses on his show, and we have it here.
I like that.
You know what I
microphone.
mean?
We should get more of those.
Well, there's a reason I don't use it up here, because I want it to be specifically for in there. So I don't want everyone to be like, oh, that's his voice all the time with a super expensive mic. No, that goes for the extreme quality that we put out within that recording booth, which we are working with as well right now with our buddy John Fast. And
Yeah, a couple exciting
Things are happening.
with
Things are happening.
the tooth booth recording booth. Oh, that wasn't.
Shout out to Dr. Funkhauser in the tooth booth. Absolutely.
Yeah, audiobook capabilities. We've created a couple songs in there. I was talking to my dad in the booth on Friday.
On the phone?
Yeah,
I heard you talking.
with my dad.
Yeah.
And he called me and we were talking because the little guy had a hockey tournament. They were coming down.
I didn't know we were talking to Dad.
And then you're like, listen, we made this song in the booth, and we got these speakers in the booth, and they're like right beside your head, which was right beside my head in the booth. And I'm on the phone to my dad, and just like, wow, 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 this music, and I'm like, whoa.
We had our buddies here from Bloom Entertainment, shout out to Kinger and Saul, and I just wanted to show them the song real quick before they were leaving, and I didn't know he was in the booth because the door was closed. So I'm like, hey, you gotta hear this real quick before we go. And it's so loud.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like that. That's the one. Little teaser there.
You could
about a new
probably
song coming out,
yeah,
but that's
you
how loud
can-
it was.
Yeah, and you know what? I still don't know whose song it is because it just blasted my ear off, and I was talking to my dad in my
That's
other
it.
ear. So like, I'm
All I heard was from the booth. I was like, oh, sorry. Are you on the phone? Yeah. My bad. Sorry, bud.
yeah, no, it's all
But
good.
just to be able to go into that sort of
So
another
okay,
direction.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot then. When
Lay it
are
on
we?
me.
What are we going to use the new set for? When are you going to debut it?
Well, I know the precipice for that was our good buddies LB and Dragon, co-hosts of The Viewing Room. By the way, a new
but they
episode
want
coming out tomorrow.
They want a different background than what we built, though. They're
But
going to do something else.
This is what I mean. They were the precipice for it, and they got it started basically. But now we have
Okay, sure, give
just
them
like
all the
this-
credit.
just-
Yes, as per usual.
You build, you plan, all this stuff. But to have that thing to be, as for a lack of a better term, transformerable as this one, to be aware of that and to know that we can do different things by just tweaking this here and this backdrop here and this side here, to have that ability. So I don't know how we even want to debut. I think each sort of setup will have its own debut. Like I want to start incorporating that into this very live show each and every weekday.
Yeah, and you know I don't know if it was you and I or if it was one of the producers. We were talking about like, hey, why can't we mix and match? Bring those chairs up here, or use those in front of the green screen, or use these tables down there. Like we've got a few pieces of furniture and set dressing now that give us the capability to
Absolutely.
like all of the different combinations or permutations, I guess they would be called.
There's a Ryan word. I like that.
Yeah, to mix and match for whatever anybody's needs are. I'm thinking of Bamford and Co. They do a podcast with us that I wouldn't say that real estate is one of the things that I'm into or one of my hobbies, but every time I listen or edit one of their shows,
It's
it's like,
crazy, right?
hey,
I learned something.
That's actually useful. Maybe
Well,
maybe I should get my house appraised.
You
That's a
keep
good
joking that
idea.
you're going to end up selling your house because of this damn place and flipping it and getting a new one because they're giving you all these options.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know any of this stuff existed.
Yeah.
I love that
yeah,
about that show for sure.
All these different combinations of furniture and set just by building a new thing or having a curtain in front of a new thing or different lighting setup, right? So those are all the things that we're always thinking about for, I guess, advertising clients or podcasters or people that want to make content about their business. I really think, I don't think it's a secret anymore. And I really think that not secret is in 2024 and 5 leading into 25, if you're not making content for your business, you're doing it wrong. And it doesn't need to be an hour-long podcast once a week, but the way that marketing is happening on social media platforms, short form and long form, and sponsorships and commercials baked into podcasts, really that is the way that digital media and advertising is moving. And nobody knows anybody's business better than themselves. So why don't you want to make your own hour-long commercial, like a podcast? And that's the type of thing I'm thinking of when I make a new set. It's like, how can we use this? Like, how can we make this for ourselves so we can use it, of course. Like, I want to use that for Commander Cookout.
Oh, hell
Looks good.
Yeah.
It'll be all professional and stuff, right?
Yeah, first for everything, right?
Yeah, drinking some beer on Commander Cookout with our nice, we're wearing suits and stuff.
Oh, Commander Cookout.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
But how do we provide that to other people too? And maybe somebody will see that and say, hey, I could use like the trim and the wood on the wall there to make it like and showcase a product on a shelf.
Put shelves in,
right?
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool things.
All the different stuff that's just constantly running through my head, and I'm in the middle of thinking a thought like that, and then somebody asks me like some stupid question, and I'm like, hold on, I'm thinking. And then they give me crap for it.
Yeah, because you're trying to process, but people don't know you're processing.
I'm using up all my RAM whenever I'm in here. Just frying my
He's not lying.
processor.
It's pretty wild because you only have so much time in here, so we're always getting a whole bunch of things done at the same time.
Yep.
With the idea of, and I've noticed this a lot as we continue to build together, we continue to prop each other up. Lots of people are starting to realize that having your own podcast is a possibility. Like We've already locked in another amazing human being who I'm very excited to be debuting here in the new year with her own show.
Ooh.
And
you know what? Yes, and you know how yes and you sometimes
improv me.
Yes, and it's actually really fun.
There's a reason everyone wants to do it.
Yeah.
The girl I talked to, she said, like, this has been her dream for a while now because she listens to podcasts all the time.
Yeah.
But like most people, they don't know how to get it started, how to operate it, how to edit it, all that stuff. All the stuff that we provide, they don't know how to do. And that's the common goal. She says, I think like 2 or 3 different people that she's talked to now that she's going to report back to about the process of just looking into it here. And she said, I never thought in a million years it would be this affordable and this easy to do. And I said, well, it's not for everyone else. Like for us, it's not that. But at the same time, we want to bring you in at this growing point because if you get in now, then once the prices start to go up, once everybody wants to do what you're doing, then it becomes an issue.
You know what, man? You know what gets me?
What's that, bro?
And this is just off the cuff. Like, I don't want it to sound complainy because I don't like complaining and I don't like venting. But there's so much content now and everybody wants to do it. There's places like Dufferin Avenue Media Network that can provide a high-quality solution for people that want to do it. If you want to just get started, it almost feels daunting and intimidating and like you're not going to be good enough. And that is just a product of our times. Like you get onto your phone and you look at like a fitness model or you look at some influencer, you look at somebody who plays video games. Oh, I'm not as good as that person. Oh, I'm not as pretty as that person. We are living in that time.
So many people say, I got nothing good to say. I'd be horrible.
Exactly.
I hear that all the time. All the time.
Or I think that I could really do this, but who would watch? Or I can't do it at the quality. Like, who's going to watch me instead of Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
And they compare themselves to literally the biggest, best, most powerful voice in the podcasting industry. Yeah. And it doesn't need to. You don't have to make that comparison if you've got like a great product or an idea. And it could even be like it could be something that is local very, very domestic.
That's what we specialize in, dare I say?
Yeah, but
Hyper local people.
that wasn't
coming
where I was going
together.
with that,
But
but-
that's exactly what we do, dude. Literally, that is what we do, is give you the opportunity that we always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
My entire life, I did 3 different podcasts. And each one of them, I would do all the recording, I do all the editing, and do all the work.
now I frickin' do it all
Well,
for him.
and this was, again, 15 years ago. Like, this is a long-ass time. And I did it 3 different times, and each time it was fantastic. It was the best while we're doing it, but all the work that goes around getting it out to the people, not as fun. And it took a lot of my time and a lot of my effort for no payoff. And that was such a daunting sort of rain cloud that hung over me my whole career at the other place, was because, like, I knew over here podcasting, I could be the person I wanted to be and put out the content I wanted to do. But at the same time, I didn't have the ability to do it as a full-time job because I knew all the work that went into it. And I already had a full-time job. So this whole idea of this place was built around, what would I, as a person wanting to do this, what would be best for me as somebody that wants to make a show? If I want to do a podcast, what do I want? The answer is very easy. I want to walk in here, sit down, talk to whoever I'm talking to, and leave. That's the ideal situation. And as far as we know,
you created that situation for
everyone but myself. Yes, I'm aware. That means the end goal is, once all of our friends are all doing this together, then I too will be able to afford to do it together. But in order for us to get there, we need to come together.
Well, you created the opportunity for people who also want to do that. You give them, essentially, actually a stage. You can't see it, but like
It's up there. Rised off.
The stage is built on a 2x8.
That's it.
So we're on
We got
about
lights on it too. We should use those
an
lights more.
8-inch stage.
Riser? They call it risers, I think. Sure. On a riser.
Sure, we didn't build one over there because I didn't want to trip on it when I had my crutches.
It's very smart, and that's why all the stuff's on the roof now. Which we got a huge compliment from our buddy John, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And all of it. Said, I've never seen that before. And I told him about our process of going from buying $250 metal hangers for the cords to the eavesdrop that was out back.
Man.
Saved us a lot of money.
It goes back to thinking that it's going to be unaffordable. Yeah. And when we don't have to spend $250 each and then that much more to ship it, as if we'd even get it with the current labor situation,
This is it.
we just used what we had and we innovated, and
That's what we do here.
you just
Literally
got to use
everything.
a higher percentage of your brain when you're thinking, LB. That's all you need to do.
Shake harder, boy. I like to call it farmer mentality. That's what it is. You have an issue. When you're out on the farm, you fix that issue. Doesn't matter how you do it, right or wrong, whatever is done. You're going to use the wrong tools to get this done. You just get stuff done. The farmer mentality of the ability to fix everything without being a specialist at any of those things.
The adjustable hammer,
That's
right,
it.
is the crescent wrench.
Yep.
Yep.
All those things
Yep.
are multi-functioning tools when you're a farmer.
I like the hunter-gatherer kind of mentality.
Nice.
We literally found an eavesdrop in your backyard.
We gathered it in here and stuck it to the roof, and now
sure did.
he can walk around with his crutches. I guess
Yeah,
we
I don't have
anymore,
my
but
crutches anymore, but
still, it's very exciting as we move into the accessibility portion of this, I guess, operation.
and you know what? We did all that, and we built the second set after I was off my crutches.
Yep.
So it kind of turned into an out of sight, out of mind thing for me now that it's all done. But yeah, I remember when I broke my leg and we had our like our first 6-month meeting or whatever, and I said, you guys, we got to keep the cords tidied, or we got to keep them tucked all together because I'm gonna trip and fall
break
down.
this
I don't
thing
want
again,
to also break my wrist when I have a broken leg, right? Because then I'll literally be like 100% immobile, right?
Yeah.
So now that we do have the cords off the floor and the studio is
ready.
clean and tidy,
It's
and we've
ready,
got the
man.
second set that doesn't even require that you get up onto the 8-inch platform. We
another
are
angle.
100% accessible.
It's very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, again,
You got to be proud of that. I know that you like that kind of stuff, especially.
it's very fun. Like when I spend a night with all of our angels over at Cosmo, like we did on Saturday with the Christmas party, and being able to tell people, they're like, yeah, just so you know, we're working to make this a tourist stop for adults with disabilities in this city. So be it Cosmo or Elmwood or anywhere else, I've talked to all the important people, and I said, listen, get the van, pick them up, bring them in here. take them around the back. We open the garage door. We wheel them up, and guess what? They're doing a show that they can take back to the lodge and show all their friends. But I was on the show.
They could be podcasters too.
Literally.
Yeah.
Anyone
Oh man,
can do it. That's the whole point of
when
this.
my son got to do his outro,
So good at it.
and you
dude.
were giving him crap. No, you don't tell him to like and subscribe. We don't do that here. And he looks at me. He's like, Dad, what do I do? He's like, what do I do? That's what that's what
"You told me."
YouTubers. That's what YouTubers say.
That's when you say, dude, we're not YouTubers here.
Yeah.
We're so much more than that.
To-
We are a double set studio. We're
Yep.
a Twitch stream. We're a recording booth that is in the middle of making our first ebook. So if you have an ebook, if you have a show, if you have an organization, audiobook, any of those things, are ebooks and audiobooks different?
Yes, sir.
Both of those things and everything in between, just let us know. All we want to do is help. I promise you. You can send us an email at contact@dufferinav.com.
Hey, look at you go.
I've been trying really hard not to do the jingle, like I was saying before. It's so hard.
I
I'm so used to it. This is also our website if you want to check it out. Lots of info there as well. To get
you
a
know
hold
what
of
I
us.
actually like that Andy just put on the website, dufferinav.com, is all of the services that we have.
Now we're cooking.
Camera capabilities, sets, set dressing, consultation and coaching. Like, let's say you don't want to come and do a podcast or a piece of content in our studio, but you want to learn about how to use and set up microphones, how to do your own audio editing, right? Like there are
that's what I'm talking
there are free or affordable ways to do this, and we can help guide you on your first steps in that. And I think that's an underappreciated thing, because you can just go out onto the internet and try and find that stuff, but you could read 10 different articles and get 10 different answers. Like that's how I made 10 years of mistakes before I came here. Is just trying stuff, most of which that was either ineffective or bad, didn't work or wasn't very good. And eventually you find something that works and you try to replicate it and stuff.
Yeah. The number one thing we hear from anybody who comes in here looking to do something with us was
How good I look in sweatpants.
And then the second thing they
Yeah.
say is, I cannot believe so much work goes into this, number one. And number two, I cannot believe you're offering to do all of that work for me. Like, they're amazed that we offer all of these things. And I think one of our biggest hurdles is getting the word out that, yes, if you and a friend want to start a podcast, you can do it for very cheap, and we can get it out and do all the hard work for you. So you just walk in here and then you leave. We have that ability. That's what we're specializing in right now.
There you go.
So it's very cool to be a part of something that's exciting.
You look like you're looking at your phone to say something, but
Mom sent me one more thing. You go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. Because I had a good final thought of the day. You know,
Perfect.
we do
So
final
I
thoughts on
love
Commander
final thoughts.
Cook-Off. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So Mom also said, what about the year Santa came to Grandma's house after church and was dancing around outside the window?
Ooh.
Yeah. So this was something we had.
Did he have clothes on?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
That's a good start. Yes. Very, very important to wear your clothes, Santa. We were all in the living room at Grandma and Grandpa's house, corner of Isabel and Melrose. Loved that house to death. And as we're inside, we're gathered around the tree. All of a sudden, I see something outside. And I was like, I'd say probably around 8 or 9-ish. Give
So
or take.
dark.
Yeah. No, well, time-wise, too, yes, it was dark outside. I was talking about my age.
Oh.
But either way, it all works together in this as, it's like, what the heck? I thought it was a burglar at first. Like, someone's outside, and they were, like, jumping in front of the window.
He's got a crowbar
And
trying to
it
get into
was-
your car.
That's what it felt like. Like, I felt like, hey, we're being, like, someone's coming in here
It's
to
like when
steal
little
something.
kids are terrified of mascots. You saw
Exactly.
Santa and you just ran.
Ah, like screaming and start crying. And then he was dancing around. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then they finally went to the door as Santa came to the door. And like, oh my God, it's Santa. And he actually had presents for us. And we never got the Christmas Eve present. So to get one from Santa at that time was crazy. I still was horrified of it, though. I was horrified of a Santa that's coming before he normally comes to a house. And I was very confused. But then
Maybe-
the present came out and it was all better.
Maybe he's like pre-planning, like getting some of the stuff done, like front
One
loading
last
his schedule,
checklist,
right?
one last
yeah,
checklist.
exactly. You know what? We, my final thought of the day.
Yes, here
we'll
we
get
go.
there.
Perfect.
We'll get there because I got some Santa story now too.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so I live in a little acreage community. You've been out there. There's like whatever 20 houses.
It's an amazing community. Shout out to everyone there.
Yeah, and one year Santa came on my neighbor's tractor.
Interesting.
My neighbor was driving it, and it's like a garden tractor, but like a pretty big one.
Is it a front end loader type of thing?
Yes, with
Okay.
like a 3-point hitch on the back.
Got
That
it. So it's
Santa
like-
was
it's
like
a big tractor,
It's
okay.
a tractor,
Yep.
yeah. And my neighbor was driving it just in his coveralls and his gloves and his like toque and hood all up, right?
Yeah.
And Santa's on the back with a big sack and he's waving to all the
No way. It's
all
like
the
your little
houses.
Santa parade.
And they yeah, and it took Santa must have like It must have taken 2 hours for him to go to
all
all the
around.
houses that
Yeah.
had kids in them, and he gave out some treats and candy canes and baking and stuff.
That. Yes.
And then the next year, this is why I made sure to say it must have taken a long time, because the next year, Santa came on an 800cc mountain sled.
Whoa.
And because we had lots of snow that year.
That thing can go.
And he was carving in our yard, carving up the ditches and the drift. Yeah, man. He was freaking carving up the ditches. He couldn't even see ski marks because his track, he was just catwalking the whole time. And
Go across a lake like that, bro.
yeah, drove into the yard, didn't even shut the sled off, comes running up, gives a bunch of candy canes and stuff, throws his sack back on his back, catwalks down our, you know how we got that hill in our yard towards the neighbor yard?
Yeah, I'm just picturing what
Jumps the road.
All I could picture is he gets back the year before and Mrs. Claus is just sitting at the door waiting like,
Oh, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
St. Nick, really?
And it was cold
Half the
out. Like
time.
his toque was like frozen
Oh, yeah.
straight backwards, like that one Jet Li movie where he runs and his braid goes backwards. Yeah, that's what it was like.
It just stays like
Yeah, yeah. Funny. Funny thing.
great.
Santa looks like he looks exactly like a guy on my baseball team.
crazy.
Yeah. Who'd have
I
thought?
bet you a lot of people see stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the
I
spirit
suppose
of Christmas.
Yeah, it's magic. He
beautiful
looks
thing.
like people that you like, right?
Final thought, my friend. As
Final
we get
thought.
ready to-
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the podcasting and how it makes you feel and how it's fun, right? Like we had fun talking about Santa
best.
just now.
Love it.
And I equate it to when I go to a gaming convention and we have like a creator booth or we have a time slot where people can come and do games with us or get us to like sign their shirts or their play mats or whatever, we sign them.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And
you guys are so famous.
No. Brando and I, we have a very dedicated community.
That's a great. You guys are so loved. Is what it is.
Brando and I'll get people to sign our stuff sometimes. Like,
'cause
hey,
they're
sign
real
my
people.
playmat.
I love that shit.
Or, hey, well, let's play a game. Sign one of my cards. And they go, oh, me? You want me to sign your thing? And
You and I are the same, man.
People get so pumped about it
Yeah.
when they come in here and they say, I could do a podcast. I could do my own podcast. Like, I could do those kinds of, like, TikToks. I could make those.
Yes, you can.
You can do it here. And I wanted that to be my final thought of the day because
That's a very good one.
that is like putting your own stamp on something that you know what it's like or what it is or what it feels like when you get the dopamine rush when you see your favorite podcast updates on iTunes or Spotify and it's like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, I'm gonna listen to whatever. Commander Cookout podcast.
Highly suggest.
And
Tuesday's
Tuesday
Viewing
Viewing Room.
There
Oh,
it
he's
is.
trying to steal my spotlight. And,
Well done.
yeah, very good. And that could be you. So that's what I want to say.
And it's so true in that most people, and I can look dead in the eye right now to you watching this, most people want something from you. They want your money. They want your time. They want all this stuff. That's all they want.
To the audio listeners, dead in the ear hole.
Dead in your ear hole. I'm looking right in there. I got a Q-tip. You can use the other side. We'll share it. When you interact with us, you realize right away that is so true, and that's what makes us special. It's so rare in this world that we live in now. We don't want nothing except for you to succeed with us. And once people realize that, that's when they overcome the biggest hurdle of this makes no sense. You cannot do what I want you to do for this amount of money, whatever it is. And we overcome that all the time. Every single day we come up with ways to make people afford to be a part of what we're doing because we care. We really, really care.
Yeah,
and no
just-
one else
it's a-
does.
it's
Everyone in
about
this world, no
providing
one
value.
cares about the people you're working with except for us. And that's what separates us. That's what I feel.
That's the value that we can
That's what I'm
provide, right?
saying.
Because I'm sure
Absolutely.
there's other online clients that you can use, and I'm sure there's other media professionals in Saskatoon, and there's certainly other media outlets all over the place. But the value we can provide by caring about what is happening in our community
That's it.
is something that I think is special about here.
It's so easy to do good. You just have to surround yourself with other people that want to do good. And I personally, I never speak about myself, but I'll do it this one time. I am so grateful. And I truly feel like I won some sort of lottery with this place because every single person I basically put all of this on the line for to join this place. Every single person that joined this movement has been so similar minded in that we aren't here for us. We are here for all of us, you and I together. And you can't have something like this if you have one single person that says, no, this is about me. I want money. I want this. I want that. The second you have that in your business, you don't have a business anymore. You're screwed. And we've been so lucky here to surround ourselves with people. I know it doesn't seem like it, but he actually is a very caring human being. And to have people like him and like LB that get behind this cause.
Definitely not.
It makes it so much easier for us to invite you in here because we can show you that we're not talking shit. This is real. It's a real statement, right?
You guys got a SH word out of Gary.
I'm feeling feisty today.
Usually it's me and Uncle Brandon.
Feeling feisty.
How's our time? Are we getting finger
About
blasted
20
here?
seconds here. This is the last of it. The pianos have been playing.
Can I
Frankie
lean
is
back
going-
like
you can-
this?
Yeah, you can do your post-Brando impression from the CCO. Be sure to check it out, by the way. From the Commander Cookup Podcast, he is the network. Ryan, thank you to LB. Thank you to Brooksie for stopping by today. Tomorrow, the All That Angst boys will be in the house, and we're going to have some very cool stuff to announce at that point. So until tomorrow, have an incredible rest of your Monday night. And remember, karma's very, very real, all right? If you do good things, we just talked about it, good things will begin to happen to you. And that is how we grow together. At some point, all the craziness and all the anger and sadness, everything you experience when you leave the house every day is going to start to minimalize until we all feel okay leaving the house. But it starts here. So do something good today. And then tomorrow will be better. Remember that. And we will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Still the only live show on YouTube, 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Very proud to say that. I can guarantee you we will be here. We'll miss you until that point. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy Monday Night Football if you want to watch 2 games tonight. It's going to be great. Take care.